Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good evening to everybody out there, man, in YouTube world. Shout out to everybody. It is your boy Louis back once again with another one, with another banger, with yet another video. In this episode, we are talking about the difference between and carried between Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, two of the all-time greatest players in NBA history. And according to most folks, they would say that's right. As you can see in the thumbnail, Shaq carried Kobe to 3 NBA championships, and Shaq won all of his 3 finals MVP. Well, today on the Louis Sports Network, we are going to dispel those myths, going to bring you to some facts, and then it's going to let you know that a lot of these myths that people have been talking about have been in a way to disrespect Kobe. Yes, now I know that it wasn't what it was meant to be, but again, Kobe Bryant is one of the greatest players. And again, even if you don't like the guy, there's no need to disrespect him. No matter where you have him on the list, the guy deserves his just due respect. And again, rest in peace to him, as you already know. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So again, smash the like button, hit the subscribe as you guys come in. Share this on your social medias on Reddit. Looks like we got a nice, decent crowd. Shout out to Ryan, what's good? Shout out to Joel, what's good? Shout out to Lowly One, what's good? Freddie Gee in the building, what's good? My man calling me Lou Wojo. He said, nah, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. Lou Wop. All right, what's good? Shout out to Freddie Gee. So again, guys, smash the like, hit the subscribe button. Hope everybody's staying safe. Hope everybody is doing well, trying to do their best to stay healthy. And like I said, I pray for you guys every single time that you guys are being healthy and safe out there, especially with your families. Shout out to Caden Alvis. Appreciate you. He's an Atlanta Hawks fan. I'm sorry, Atlanta Falcons fan. My fault. And I saw your video earlier today. I want to thank you for subscribing to my channel. And like I said, welcome. And guys, go show Caden some love and subscribe to his channel. He's an Atlanta Falcons fan, so he's doing the football team, and he is a basketball fan too. He had just reported about the NBA possibly coming back. From what I'm hearing, the NBA is supposed to come back possibly mid-July, hopefully, maybe late June as latest. So I actually found out going to Caden's channel. So, shout out to Caden, and make sure you guys go show some love and subscribe to the channel. All right. So, and this is first time here. All right. Freddie's interested to hear the topic. Perfect. Awesome. Shout out to, oh, you're a Hawks fan too. Oh, Freddie Gee, man. You got a Hawks fan as well. So Freddie, you got a Hawks fan as well. So again, shout out to Caden. That's what's up. I will be doing a future video on the Atlanta Hawks. That's a very talented team that's got a bright future, young team. But I'm definitely gonna do a future video on the Atlanta Hawks. But again, man, smash the like button, hit the subscribe, and make sure you guys are sharing this on your social media. Truly appreciate it. And like I said, shout out to Caden for coming through, and make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel as well. And he is in Atlanta, like I said. He said title next year. Shout out to Winetta Thomas, man, in here. Let's go. All right. So the title of this video, again, is Complimentary, Not Carry, right? And like I said, we're family in here. So like I said, man. All right. So let's get to it. So I know that Shaq and Kobe are two of the greatest players to ever play in the history of this game. Two guys that definitely helped put the Lakers back in championship contention and continue the legacy and the tradition that LA has set the standard for during the times of Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, James Worthy, and all the past Laker greats with Jerry West, Wilt Chamberlain, and all those guys and so forth. And obviously George Mikan, the original Laker. Very difficult to talk about him because in the period that he played in was very different, but I have to give him a lot of credit because he was the first true superstar in NBA history. So major respect to him. Originally known as the Minneapolis Lakers. So a big problem that's been happening throughout the years, ever since these two guys were together, was, as you can see in the thumbnail, it's been about Shaq carrying Kobe. Now, let's take a look at their careers. We got to take a look at their careers when we have to consider something. Now, when it comes to Shaq, people say that he's the most dominant ever. As I continue, let me just look into the chats real quick. Shout out to Jermaine as well. Winetta's in the building. Shout out to her. Always holding it down. Caden says NBA guidelines on the future should be coming around June 1st. All right, man. Thank you for the update. Appreciate that. And Caden, Freddie Gee is also a Hawks fan and he is a Falcons fan. So you got a partner in crime right there. Like I said, shout out to the chat. You guys are living it. All right, so all right, great. So getting back to Shaq and Kobe, people kind of forget about this about Shaq, and they kind of dispel this in his career. But people need to understand something. Shaq was on talented teams before that. Him and Kobe came to prominence as Los Angeles Lakers, and obviously Kobe came in later. So here's how it works. Shaq was drafted in '92. He was drafted by the Orlando Magic, #1 overall pick. Shaq definitely made an impact the minute he came into the league. Shaq was also as big off the court. Shout out to Ron Cowan in the building. Shaq was very big off the court, very impactful. The guy was making rap music. The guy was all over. So he was pretty much all over. He became such a big superstar, as a center. I mean, Shaq had the charisma. He was young. Shout out to Jermaine. Appreciate that. And so in continuation with this, Shaq made an immediate impact as soon as he came into the league. The Magic won 29 games their first year, the year before he got there. When they got there, the Magic almost made the playoffs as an 8 seed in just his first year. They won 12 games, so they improved. So it was a 12-win improvement, 41 and 41. All right, now people remember that they brought in Penny Hardaway in the trade from Golden State because he was drafted, and they traded him for Chris Webber because Chris Webber actually had the #1 pick. So Shaq ends up playing with Penny. Shout out to Duality Unlimited. Appreciate you for coming through. So they get him again, guys. Smash the like button. Make sure to hit the subscribe if you're new. Make sure to share this on your Reddits and also your social media platforms. We're talking Shaq and Kobe. Complimentary versus carried, which is what this really is about. Shout out to G Money in the building. We're talking Shaq and Kobe. Penny Hardaway and Shaq quickly become a nice tandem. They win 9 more games the very next year. The Magic, they get better, and they end up winning 50 games. They lose to the Pacers in the first round. They got swept. It was a bad matchup for the Magic. They get Horace Grant in the offseason. These guys get better. Yes, Shaq really did grow up in San Antonio. He is originally from Brick City, Jersey, but he grew up in San Antonio. His stepfather, Shaq also for a part lived in Germany too. And I was going to get to that, Freddie Gee. I was just about to say that. So getting into that, it's okay. I understand. Believe me. All right. So before I continue, G Money says the top 5 greatest teams ever in NBA history. But we're not doing teams, G Money. We're just talking about Shaq and Kobe. Shaq and Kobe. We can get to greatest teams. Greatest teams actually would be another future video. And I actually have to do a future video on that. And I'm actually bring the panel for this because we have an issue on this whole greatest team thing. Remember, we're just focusing on Shaq and Kobe today. But like I said, everybody's happening, man. Yeah, he played high school ball in Texas. And even at one point, Shaq lived in Germany too, also. So as we continue, obviously they get better talent. The Magic improve. The Magic win 57 games, #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. In just Shaq's 3rd season, they go to the NBA Finals. They knock off Jordan's Bulls. I have to make sure that I mention that they knock off Jordan's Bulls. In the playoffs, in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Everybody knows what happened. Jordan did not play well in that series, so I had to mention that. Smash that like button like Duality says. That's right. Share that stream as he says as well. You know the motto, man. Man, don't make me say it. Appreciate it, man. My bad, Lou. Right on the topic. No doubt. Appreciate it. All right, so getting on this topic, continuing. But like I said, greatest teams, we definitely got to do a video, and I'm going to invite the panel for that one. So I think that'd be an interesting conversation. Kobe and Shaq were a dynamic duo. That's a fact. Big facts, Caden. Big facts. They were a dynamic duo. Agreed. Shaq lied about David Robinson all this time, not signing his autograph when he was 13. Oh, now that you mentioned that, Winetta, Shaq all did that out of narrative. He lied about that. He just did that always for motivation. He actually really had no beef with David Robinson. Yeah, Shaq. You have to understand something that Shaq always said, that the NBA is nothing but actors. And what Shaq always did, and he even did this with Kobe, he had to keep the narrative going, especially when Kobe had his own team finally. He was part of the reason that Shaq was driven out of LA. And on top of that, Shaq had to keep it going when he went to Miami. And even Kobe even knew that. He said, yo, Shaq, he knew he was going to get one. Shaq and Kobe are the greatest duo in NBA history, in my opinion. Well, I would say 1-2 punch. Mrs. Thomas, I heard that. Caden says Kobe and Shaq or MJ and Pippen. I would give a slight edge to MJ and Pippen, but I'll say this about Kobe and Shaq. To me, in my opinion, they're the best 1-2 punch when it comes to wing to big man. Tara Matthews says, I was so excited when I heard this live stream. I know, because Tara Matthews is a Lakers fan. Shout out to Tara. And Tara, make sure to share the stream. Appreciate Tara. Hope everything is well with you. G Money says that this is his favorite. Really, Freddie G, this is his favorite duo. Nice. All right, so in continuation, they get swept. Shaq gets swept by Hakeem in the playoffs, in the NBA Finals, 4-0. So this becomes a trend for Shaq. Listen to this, guys. So he gets swept in the first round to the Pacers. The next year, he gets swept in the NBA Finals to Hakeem. Then Jordan comes back in the Bulls. Obviously, they have that historic season, 72-10. They sweep Shaq and the Magic in the Eastern Conference Finals. In 3 straight different playoff series in 3 straight years, Shaq gets swept. Now, 1997, Shaq goes to LA. He signs for $120 million. Obviously, Kobe gets drafted by Charlotte, and comes that great Kobe. And Kobe gets traded to LA for Vlade Divac. He actually got traded on my birthday, July 11th, which is crazy. I didn't even know that until I actually looked and researched. But he got traded on my birthday, July 11th. That's crazy. So they trade Vlade. Kobe's a young player. Obviously, he's drafted 13th. Shaq comes, and then obviously they're supposed to be the future. The Lakers from 97 to 99 were on arguably one of the more talented teams in recent memory in NBA history. Let me just continue to check the chat. Ryan says, I remember at All-Star break, he was interviewed by Stephon and asked, was it real? Shaq said it was 4 ratings. Yeah, right. It was for ratings. Shaq and Kobe underachieved, but they were still great. They did three-peat. Crazy thing is, I love Shaq and Kobe, but hated the Lakers. Everyone around me, my sister and moms, were Laker fans, so I like the Kings just to root against them. That's weird. Freddie loved the dynamic duo, but he couldn't stand the Lakers, so he rooted against them. That's funny. But it's all good when Shaq and Kobe win rings, though. Mine during my childhood, but I think KD and Westbrook were because they were 2 of my top 5 favorite players. It's cool. Yeah, Kaden, I gotta ask you, man, who you got in terms of best duo? Who do you have between? Do you think MJ and Pippen or Shaq and Kobe? I'm glad you brought that up too. Hey, Ryan. Jermaine says, who was the better rapper of the 2? Oh man, that's obvious, man. Shaq's got bars, so I gotta give Shaq his props. He got bars. Okay, so 97, they lose in 5 games, losing to the Utah Jazz. 1998, they lose in the Western Conference Finals to the Utah Jazz. Kobe gets a little bit better, but people need to remember he wasn't playing that many minutes in his rookie season and then his second season. His second season went up to 25 minutes a game, but people forget his rookie season, Kobe only averaged 14, 15 minutes a game. So he really wasn't able to put an impact on the floor. G Money says if Shaq and Kobe didn't argue and bicker, they could have done a lot more and won more chips. It's hard to three-peat. True. 3 and 4 years in the West wasn't underachieving. What they did was they could have won one more. Braun and D Wade and KD and Russ were a tie to me. I was a huge Russ fan early in his career and start grilling his ass the last couple of years. He's still my dog. Facts, Tyree. No, it's not easy. It's hard to even win a championship, but for them, You repeat, heck of an accomplishment, and then you three-peat is something crazy. I'd take Shaq and Kobe over Pippen and MJ, or just Pippen. Damn, just Pippen. I mean, he needs a partner. Shaq's got Billboard hits, which is true. It's true. He's got Billboard hits. Which crowd was louder, Kings Arena 2002 or early 90 Bulls arenas? That's a toss-up. And the thing is with Arco Arena, with Sacramento, they had the cowbells. If y'all remember that, they had the cowbells. Freddie, you know that. They had the. If you look at the Arco Arena from '99 to about 2000, I would say 2002, because 2003 for me, the crowd started to get kind of stale a little bit, and even in 2004. So I gotta say, from '99 to '02, Sacramento was arguably the loudest building in the NBA. And I could go against anybody when I say that. Like, Sacramento, Arco Arena was arguably the loudest place in the NBA. Loudest. Yeah, you gotta love Russell's tenacity. MJ and Pippen, better duo. Kobe and Shaq, more talented. The Kings Arena, Arco Arena was the loudest arena ever, man. They used those cowbells. Wade and Bron is a crazy duo. Is a crazy duo. Bron and Kyrie. Now Bron and AD. I loved AD and Boogie. Also, the Splash Brothers are up there for me all time. We really need to do some duos too of all time, and break down what makes them so special. So I definitely want to do that. Tara says, "Oh, that's a tough one at Ryan." I say the Bulls Arena though. I think the Bulls might have an edge because, but Tara, which one though? The United Center or Chicago Stadium? Because I can make the case that Chicago Stadium was arguably louder than the United Center, and the United Center gets loud. I say that they underachieved because they could have won more, but I'm not complaining, man. My Bulls are number one. The Kings had a crazy crowd. Yeah, for sure. My man Jay, shout out to Jay in the building. He says if Shaq had a better drive, then him and Kobe would have continued their dominance for a longer period of time. True. I still think that they probably could have won a couple more championships had Shaq kept himself in shape. And like you said, he had the drive. If he continued to have that drive, I definitely think that Shaq would have won. Shaq and Kobe could have won more. So as you look at the thumbnail, ladies and gentlemen, as we get to the 99 season, let me just say, let me continue with Freddie. Freddie says that's a good topic, man. Top duos. Yeah, I would love to do that one. I would say the old Bulls crowned in that arena because you can feel the electricity. I would have to go with Chicago Stadium. Reggie Miller fought MJ and Kobe on the court. That's facts. That's facts. I didn't see Magic and Kareem or Kareem with the big O. True. Jermaine says, I'm biased towards Mike and Pip, but Shaq and Kobe right there. The thing, to be honest with you, you really can't go wrong with either one. You could arguably make a case with Kobe and Shaq only for the fact that, one, they're both talented, and two, you're talking about a talented number two complement to Shaq, who eventually became a number one, right, in Kobe. And then you got Shaq, who was the most dominant player of his time in the NBA. So that's why I said that you can make a case for these two. With MJ and Pippen, two of the greatest defenders at their position in NBA history, obviously. Jordan, all the accolades that he accumulated in his career. Pippen being, in my opinion, the greatest defensive small forward in NBA history. And they won 6 championships. Kobe and Shaq won 3 together at their peak. Jordan and Pip won 3, and they were part of 2 three-peats. But I would call them the more success. I mean, they were the more successful duo. But the top duos in the league in NBA history would be a great debate for me. Chicago Stadium was louder than the United Center. Yeah, we already know that, brother. 22 likes. Shout out to Layla in the building. It's not as easy for a superstar duo to coexist and win chips as people think. True, because as much as your egos can be a curse to drive you apart, it's those same egos that drive you to win. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We already getting lit up in here. If it wasn't for Shaq and Kobe, Reggie Miller might have had a ring in 2000. But do you think he would have beaten the Blazers, though? Do you think he would have beaten the Blazers? Like, let me know. Do you really think he would have beaten the Blazers? Shout out to Layla, who says, hey, Freddie, I think my next video is going to be on duos, and I need to invite a panel for this. Market Square Arena is a slept-on. Oh, that's Thank you for mentioning that, Ryan. Thank you for mentioning that, Ryan. I think that's a very good point. If you look at Market Square Arena in what is it, 1998? And again, guys, keep smashing that like and keep subscribing as well. And when the Bulls faced the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals, I mean, y'all saw the documentary. Like, that place was as loud as it could get, especially around playoff time. All right, hey, all right, shout out, hey, Joel. Salute, everybody. Salute to everybody. We family up in here. Let's go. Freddie Gee says the Lakers should have won 5 in a row if Shaq stayed. That's why I say that the Pistons should have never won. I don't care what nobody say. And I'm going to get to that as well, man. I need to get into that as well. Layla comes through and shuts it down. Blazers, heck yeah, man. They would have. Hey, Rye, shout out to everybody. Gee, you sleeping on the Pistons. Pacers did match well with the Blazers. It would have been a toss-up. I still think, in my personal opinion, the 98 Pacers were better than the 2000 Pacers. For the record, I blame Shaq more so for their feud because the same thing occurred between him and Penny. He finally learned his lesson with D Wade. And he even said it too, in multiple interviews that he didn't want to screw things up with D Wade, because then if he would have screwed things up with D Wade, then the narrative would have been, well, you got away from Penny. You had issues with Kobe, even though you won with Kobe. And then you're having issues with D Wade. So then who's really the problem? Is it the guards that you play with, or is it you? Shaq's biggest problem was Shaq. Kobe's biggest problem was Shaq's drive. Blazers would be led by Scottie Pippen for a ring. That's a big point. That's true. You know what, Pete, where Kid Glory's at? I know he watching. All right, we chat together, we fan for life. And obviously, Ryan says we stream together too, but I like that model. Shout out to Omar Davis. He says, in his opinion, Kareem is the greatest player in NBA of all time. No debate. I mean, listen, Kareem's got the case to be the GOAT. So I'm not even going to argue with that. Kareem, he's the only player, when you look at dominance and accolades, he's the only one that could really go toe-to-toe with MJ. Like, when you look at the totality, and on top of that, Kareem won in high school and he won in college. He won 3 national titles. So, and like I said, I'm not mad at you if you choose Kareem as the greatest player of all time. I'm cool with that. Like, that's fine. But like I said, shout out to Omar Davis. I respect the opinion. And, but like I said, he can make the case. It's a shame that Kareem wasn't. I think if Kareem has more charisma, trust me, I think they would. If he was looked at as more of a charismatic figure, I think he would have gotten more respect because, the media would have gravitated towards Kareem. Kareem wasn't that type of guy. It's the reason that they kind of, they got a kid on Tim Duncan too, man. Juanetta says Shaq is too sensitive. Yeah. Scottie couldn't even lead the Rockets in 99, man. Dude, stop. It was a bit different, though. With that 99 team, I really felt like that team wasn't going to win, to be honest with you. The 99 team, I didn't think they was going to win. Nah, Rye's quote is my favorite, man. Again, shout out to everybody. It's the go from high school to the NBA. Exactly. You can make that case. Can we put aside the ABA and have Dr. J in that list? He definitely deserves his respect. I mean, he's a pioneer. But with the way that the media has, engulfed us with the GOAT debate, it's only 2 players and not everybody else. Kareem has the strongest argument of any top 10 player. The strongest argument. He has the strongest. Kareem has the strongest argument of any other player that's in the top 10. Like, Miller won anything, man. He got waxed by the Lakers and couldn't get out of the East until Mike left. I mean, but he was going up against Shaq and Kobe. I mean, like, Reggie's teams were good. It's just they didn't have the talent. They were deep, but they didn't have the talent. But like I said, I still think the 98 team was better than the 2000 team. The 98 team was better than the 2000 team. But the Pacers did choke games 2, 4, and 6 in 2000. They didn't get waxed by the Lakers. LA executed and Indy didn't. Kareem needs somebody to get him the ball, man. He goatish, though. That's part of it. All right, so getting back to Shaq. So yeah, and then Shaq loses to Utah in back-to-back years in 98 and 99. I mean 97 and 98. And then if you look at 1999, that's the lockout year. The San Antonio Spurs end up winning the championship. By the way, before I get back to the comment section, another video that we need to do is the 99 season, the lockout. Would the Chicago Bulls have won a seventh title had the core group came back with Phil Jackson? Or was it San Antonio's time with Tim Duncan, Greg Popovich, and David Robinson to win the NBA championship? I think that's a future video. So my next two videos are going to be the top 10 duos in NBA history. We might even have a versus to kind of do a little tournament. And on top of that, the 99 Spurs against the 99 Bulls if they're all healthy. Let's see. Again, shout out to Tara Matthews, Juanetta, and Layla for the chicks holding it down. Shout out to all the fellas in the chat. And like I said, shout out to Kaden for coming through as well. Big man should get his touches when he rebounds, plays defense, and runs the floor. Kobe wasn't passing that damn ball. That's facts. I hate to say it, but it's facts. It's true. Look what Michael Jordan said about Kobe. that already lets you know right there, ladies and gentlemen. Look what Mike said about Kobe. Look what that man said about Kobe. Like that's crazy. That to me was crazy. Let's see. Everybody keep smashing. All right, Freddie says, as much as he should, but Kobe is that dude. So I can see why he would shoot the ball so much. Shaq just didn't like that. Yeah, Shaq, listen, man, Shaq had an ego. He could say he felt like he should have played team ball, but you know what Shaq is going to say. Give me the effing ball. Dump it into Shaq. Dump it into Shaq. If Shaq's got the mismatch, dump it into Shaq. Everyone else keep smashing, keep liking, keep subscribing, hit that PayPal. Ryan says, well, technically, Kareem won with the Bucks before going to the Lakers. So it's fair to put him a little lower than Jordan. Jordan GOAT is Jordan. He won most with one team. Kareem's 5 out of 6 rings were with Magic. Magic did win 3 MVPs compared to finals MVPs, to Kareem's 2. But like I said, Kareem, it doesn't take away that Kareem won 6 regular seasons MVPs where Magic won 3. So when you're looking at the hardware, it's still in favor of Magic. Still in favor of Kareem. Let me see. Whatchamacallit? Let me just go look. Let me just look into the comments real quick. Oh, Duality says, Kareem is low-key a revolutionary. Ali wasn't lauded truly until the Parkinson's was running its course. Kareem was the antithesis of a corporate brand. I agree. He definitely was low-key a pioneer, revolutionary person. As much as he should, but Kobe, oh yeah, I just read that part. Good question, but we will never know. Jermaine says, good question, Lou, but we will never know. Layla says, all those players are soft as pudding. Juanetta says, I think it was San Antonio time, and I love my Bulls. Okay. Duality says, Shaq didn't always rebound and run the floor. He was pretty solid on playing defenses. Shaq made three All-NBA second teams, but that's all he did. Shaq was not a great defender. They get way too sensitive. Jermaine, and MJ needs someone to rebound and defend his paint. That's goatish. I agree, Juanetta. I would have said Spurs in 7 over Bulls in 99. Facts, Lewis. That's why Kobe has to be top 10 just for Mike's comment alone. When Mike was saying, he was like, yo, he don't let the game come to him. He's like, who, Kobe? He's like, who, the kid? Yeah. He says, man, he said, if he takes that shot again, he said, I'm not passing him the ball. He better go get the rebound. Typical MJ trash talk, man. Freddie Gee says, duality unlimited. Why would he when he's not getting his touches? Right. Shout out to my man D, the Godfather Jefferson in the building. And y'all make sure y'all go smash that like and subscribe on his videos. And make sure y'all should subscribe to the channel at Speaking My Sports Talk. My man, my brother D in the building. My brother Louis taking over this basketball thing. Smash that mother effing like button right now. And everybody's saying what's good to D. You already know what it is. Ryan says, fellas, we need to represent, man. We can't get schooled in here of debating against Layla and Juanetta because they bring in bombs. Listen, man, the ladies know their b-ball. Tara knows her b-ball. Layla knows her b-ball. Juanetta knows her b-ball. Patricia Sutton, wherever you ask, she knows her b-ball. Sierra Dean, she definitely knows her b-ball. So, again, shout out to all the ladies out there, to all the lady basketball minds. He definitely got his touches, says Duality. He wanted decidedly more than Kobe. Tyree says Shaq was spoiled when he came to the Lakers, and once Kobe started coming up, Shaq became jealous of it. That is partly true. That is true. Kobe's star was rising so much because even look, y'all, at 19, Kobe was the youngest all-star starter in NBA history. Like, that's crazy. Kobe was the youngest all-star starter in NBA history. Let me see. Shout out to Omar Davis. He says people forget from the time that Shaq left in LA, he was never not in position to win, whereas Kobe went through rebuild and still won more than Shaq. As a matter of fact, Kobe won 2 championships post Shaq, which is true. So great point, Omar, that even though Kobe went through a rebuild, he went through tough times, he got heavily criticized, Kobe was still able to win 2 titles with the help of Pau Gasol, obviously. And it's crazy. Kobe went through a rebuild as the number 1 guy, and he went through the process. Kobe learned to become a better teammate and a leader, and he won. All right, so we're going to be debunking narratives right about now. Okay, so before I continue, so great point, Omar. He said, you ain't cutting no slack. Kareem played with all-time greats like a mother or Magic, AC, Worthy. Well, you can't put AC Green there. AC Green's not an all-time great. I mean, he definitely is the Iron Man of the NBA. Facts. That dude never got injured, and he was an Iron Man for sure. But James Worthy, I agree there, though. Shaq was the man. Shaq was the best player on the Lakers. Those are facts. At the time that Kobe was starting to rise to prominence. I mean, and look at it this way, too. Here's another narrative. Kobe may have played second fiddle to Shaquille O'Neal when Shaq was obviously the man in 2000 by the time that Phil Jackson came. And while we're on the subject, as I continue to look through the chat, as I'm checking on the phone right now, I don't like the fact that, shout out to Juanetta, man. She says she played basketball in high school and the military. That's what's up. Nice. Nice. Let me see. Omar says Phoenix, Steve Nash, Cleveland with LeBron, Boston with the big 3, and Miami with Wade. Good point. Freddie says, Jermaine, I don't cut no corner like Primetime said. He talking about same thing with MJ, Layla. MJ played with all-time greats in Pippen, Rodman. No star can win by themselves. And that's a great point, G-Money. You guys enjoy the live. I just wanted to swing through the show and show some love. Basketball Live with Louis and D is still that fire show. That's right. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, coming soon, it's going to be the return of the Basketball Live episodes with Louis and D. So make sure y'all tune up for that when we get our schedules fixed and all that and everything, man. We're going to come back with you with the best basketball coverage from the dynamic duo ourselves. We better than MJ and Pip. We better than Shaq and Kobe. We better than Curry and Clay. We better than KD and Russ. We better than LeBron and D-Wade. We better than all of them. Better than all of them. Ain't nobody like us. Nobody. All right, so he says, stay in the scene, Omar. Stay in the scene. Yo, Ryan, funny. Freddie Gee says, I ain't cutting no deals, man, but basketball is a team sport. Everybody plays their role, some bigger than others. True. Omar says, I'm here. Shout out to Omar for being here. Jermaine says, plus, you could argue that Kareem wasn't the man after a while with Magic, but there was never a doubt who the man was on those Bull squads. Obviously, MJ. Shaq didn't rebound as much as he could. He could have rebounded more. He could have. Especially if Shaq keeps himself in pretty good shape, Shaq could have still gave you anywhere from like 8 to 10 rebounds, even as he was getting older. Shout out to Corey, because look at if Dennis Rodman can average, 14 to 16 rebounds at ages 34, 35, 36, 37, that's crazy. And Rodman was in his late 30s, mid to late 30s, averaging all those rebounds. That's crazy. Like, you got to be kidding me. Scotty is in Magic, true. Shout out to Corey in the building. Ryan says, and Tara, haven't forgotten about you. Friendly competition. That's right. Give it up for Tara Matthews, man. She's a huge Lakers fan. That's right, Jermaine. Ladies on point. Omar says Kareem was consistent, though, until 41. Yeah, he was until 42. I mean, his points had dropped. They weren't going to him as much because they had a very deep team. And they really ran the ball in transition. But every time when they needed to dump the ball into Kareem, Magic always did that, dumped it in the post. And the Lakers were, they weren't great defensively, but they were solid. Patricia Sutton is the GOAT mod. That's a fact. Like I said, Patricia, wherever you at, I hope everything is good with you. You are definitely the GOAT mod when it comes to this basketball. And she is a huge Lakers fan, y'all. Shaq was jealous of Kobe. Yeah, he was. That's the truth. Layla, nah. AC Green was a role player. Horace Grant was better than the Iron Man. Yeah, I could say that Horace Grant was better than AC Green because Horan had a consistent 10 to 14-foot jump shot. Freddie Gee, Horace Grant, people don't know this, but Horace Grant had a 29-point, 21 rebound game in the 96 playoffs against the Atlanta Hawks. I believe it was game 3 or game 4 of that series. But Horace Grant had 29 points and 21 rebounds in a playoff game. That dude was no scrub. And he's a former All-Star, 1994 All-Star. So Horace Grant ain't no scrub by any means. You did well, Winetta. And like I said, we got to thank Winetta out here. So everybody, let's give a standing ovation to Winetta. And let's, give her the salute, for, being in the military, man, playing basketball out there, Got to thank you for your service. I got to ask you, Winetta, did you serve or no? Kareem played with talent his entire basketball career. Great coaching from high school. That's very true. Wow. Okay. So she was active. All right. Cool. Nice. G Money says Paul Pierce thinks Bron is not a top player of all time, and he says he agrees with that. I got to listen to Paul Pierce's reasons for this. Kobe should have won Finals MVP in 2001 to 2002. I would say at the best case, Tyree, to be honest, I could say co-finals MVP with Shaq. I could say because Kobe actually pretty shot well, and I actually got some stats that are actually going to show something here, which actually helps Kobe's case a little bit for 2002, and that's for the NBA Finals. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you guys are sharing this on your social media. All right, let's continue. Layla says, wow, crazy. The most I did was a cheerleader, so mad props. Corey says Kareem wasn't the best player in all those finals, which is obviously true. True, Freddie, but if Kareem is the GOAT, Magic, no matter how great, shouldn't overshadow him. Mike won every Finals MVP home he played on from like Big Cat. Mrs. Thomas, I'm just respecting the lady's knowledge, so come from my head. Corey says, what you think about what Horace said about MJ? It's crazy. He said some interesting things, man. But MJ didn't lead to form better super teams in LA. Sorry. Freddie says, Tyree, Shaq deserves those. He didn't fall off as the man. Kobe would have to outplay Shaq, not match him. That's my opinion, though. Shout out to the lowly one. Says, we better than Batman and Robin. We better than Riggs and Mortal. Duality says, Elgin Baylor and Jerry West. That's an underrated duo. It sucks that they never won because they would be great. That's an underrated duo. We better than Tango and Cash. Keep smashing. Best duo of all time is Layla and I. We're going to have to move MJ, Pip, Shaq, and Kobe out the way, man. Duality and Layla, number one all time. Juanetta says, word? All right, salute to the sister. Dennis did have that 3-bound game in the finals. True. I saw John Witherspoon stand up, and he was talking about how he wished he was taller. He also said that he saw Yao Ming had 1 rebound in the game. He said, he was like, the basket right there, man. What the F? He's like, what's the name? Ming Ching Zhao? He's like, mother F the rim right there. God rest his soul, John Witherspoon, man. All right, Freddie Gee said, Tyree says, Freddie, I said that because Kobe had tougher competition on the perimeter and bailed Shaq out game 4. While Shaq was eating against the Nets while the center position was dead in the NBA. The center position was pretty much dead by pretty much 2000. The center position was dead in terms of dominant centers. Juanetta Chicky's goal now here. I did 1 year tour in Iraq. Wow. Freddie says Shaq did average almost 30 points and stayed in foul trouble. No excuse for his conditioning, though. Better conditioning, Shaq would average 14 to 16 rebounds consistently. It would have made him hungry. I think he would have been much more aggressive. Me personally, I think. You know, he definitely would have. Corey is saying 100. When people say Shaq carried Kobe because he has 3 finals MVPs, I think they're just moronic and delusional. Ryan says, Layla, stay in the stream. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Omar says, 1 Kareem, 2 Jordan, 3 Kobe, 4 LeBron, 5 Magic, 6 Tim. Who you got at 7, Omar? Oh, okay. He said Wilt at 6, Tim Duncan at 7, Larry Bird at 8, Bill Russell number 9, and the number 10, Hakeem Olajuwon. You know what? I like that list. I didn't say Kobe was co-MVP. I said you can make a case. I said a case. A case. That's crazy. Well, no, the fact that you took a tour in Iraq, all you have to do is hack a Shaq. Omar, that's a really good list. That's a really good list. I know some people would disagree as they're saying that, like, you got Kobe at 3, and how you got LeBron at 4? LeBron better than Kobe. That's what they would say. But I like your list, though. Some people probably say that it's not in the order, but it's like, it don't matter, man. At the end of the day, it's your list. I respect it, Omar. And like I said, I like the list. It's good. Did everyone smash that like? Yo, make sure y'all smash that like, man. If you haven't smashed that like, what are y'all doing in these NBA streets, man? Smash that like button. Smash the like button. Corey's laughing. Ryan says another duo, Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. Ooh, damn. I got to put them dudes up there. Sorry, man. I got to put Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, man. Those guys forever made me laugh in them Rush Hour movies. Freddie Gee says, Juanetta Thomas, damn, you crazy. I did a tour to Jordan, but came back early because my son was in the hospital. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that, Freddie. Shout out to Duality. He came out with another motto. He says, we dream together, we stream together, we chat together, we family for life. I like that one, too. Layla says, OMG, I have that 11 minutes in my head. Juanetta says, Freddie, how old is your son? Yeah, good question. Solid list, Omar. Freddie Gee says, Tyree, 2002 Nets Finals. Shaq, 36 and 12 with 2.8 blocks. Kobe, 25, 5 and 5, but he played more minutes. Smash that like button. Layla, wait, Omar got Kobe in the top 10? I like you already, Omar. Tyree says, Freddie, you bring up stats and don't put context. One at a time. At the time my son was a month old. Wow. Damn, man. God bless your son, Freddie. God bless, man. And like I said, Ryan came out with a good model. Duality got it. He tweaked it a bit, and it's good. All right, man. Let's get to obviously for the 2000 finals, we know that Shaq was obviously clearly the best player on the team, and he was the leader of the team. Obviously, Phil Jackson coming in triangle offense. Now let's get to 2001, y'all. But before that, let's go to the comments real quick. Ryan says that's a good model. Obviously, Jay says Kareem became willing to step aside for Magic. True. Magic always looked at Kareem as the man. That was huge in the championship run. And again, it's always about chemistry. You do what you do, I do what I do. We complement one another. We play together. We're going to win together. You guys complement each other. You're gonna win together. Kobe finally got the chance to. Here's something that people don't get with Kobe Bryant at the very least. If y'all remember, Kobe had a metacarpal tear in his right hand, metacarpal bone broken in his right hand. He missed the first 8 weeks of the regular season in 2000. This is Phil Jackson's first year, and when he came back, the Lakers were 11-4 at the time. So Kobe missed the first 15 games of the season. At the time that Kobe Bryant came back, the Lakers went on a 19-game win streak when he returned. They won 19 of their next 20 games just with Kobe Bryant coming back. He was the only addition made on that team, and they won 19 out of 20. And remember, they had 3 different win streaks, 19, 16, and 11 in that 2000 season. So for people who say Kobe, and the thing with Kobe was, Kobe blended in with the team first approach. Obviously, Shaq having the dominance and becoming a passer out of double teams and passing to his cutters in the triangle. So they became better. Oh, that was 4 years ago? Oh, okay. Okay. Ryan says, that's gimmick infringement duality. Triple H sold that to Kurt Angle when he had the woo off with Ric Flair. Omar says the only reason LeBron's behind Kobe and others is because as the best player in the world, no other has consistently put themselves in the best position to win, but still came up short more than not. Sorry, LeBron. Okay, that's a fair point. Freddie says, Tyree, you said Kobe deserved it, and I'm like, how? I hope he's okay. Yeah, no, and I'm glad he's okay. He does, Tyree. Kobe shot 51% from the field and 55% from three-point range in that 2002 NBA Finals, and I believe Kobe shot 84% from the free throw line. So those are pretty good splits. But the argument would be, and the counter would say, that's because he's playing with Shaquille O'Neal. So Kobe's going to get better opportunities. But you have to y'all got to ask yourself that question too, is this. If Kobe's not on the perimeter, I mean, the thing is they would still win though, because they would not have no answer for Shaq. That's the difference. When you look at the East, if the Nets had a dominant center, I would give the advantage to the New Jersey Nets, because then that's where Kobe's perimeter game would really offset and change everything. I think Shaq deserved the Finals MVP. I'm just saying that Kobe had a good case for it, at least to be a co. That's it. Kobe shot 60% in those fourth quarters. As a matter of fact, he shot 61% in the fourth quarter. Also, Kobe shot 60. Yeah, Kareem and Magic, one of the oddest duos. Oh, yeah, he's good. That was a while ago, says Freddie. All right, that's what's up. Cost 1,000 buckaroos, man. LeBron is behind the Mamba because that's where he belongs. Look, if G-Money agrees with me about that, then you know that you're dead ass wrong. Okies, I thought he was like two, so glad he's okay. I don't disagree. Shaq has better numbers, but I was saying Shaq dominated at a centerless Nets and was in foul trouble while Kobe saves the day. I don't know if Shaq was in foul trouble in the 02 finals, though. Don't know. But I know he was in foul trouble in the 01 finals and definitely in 2000 because he fouled out of game 4. I don't and Kobe saves the day. Facts. Kobe over Bron, not sorry. Let's see. Freddie Gee says, I was stationed in Idaho, blessing and a curse, because if my son was not sick, we would have been stuck over there, man. He got us to Vegas. All right, facts, LeBron is great, but you and me think Kobe was greater. Good, greedy, Freddie. Good, Freddie. Good, greedy. Everything happens for a reason. Juanetta says, who is winning, Kobe and Shaq, Lakers or the 2014 San Antonio Spurs? Got a question for you, Juanetta. Which team are you willing to put up to compete with those 2014 Spurs? Ryan says, you think if a player like Ben Wallace on the 2002 roster, the Nets would win versus the Lakers in the 2002 finals? Oh, man. Ben Wallace? Interesting. He's about to turn 4 in September. That's what's up, Freddie. I'll make sure to wish him a happy birthday, man, when I'm doing the stream in September. And again, shout out to the chat. You've kept it lit. And then shout out to Omar. Omar, hopefully you subscribe to the channel. You've been making some great points. And yeah, you're doing a tremendous job out here in the chat, man. So salute to you, my man. Jermaine says, Ramon James lost to Dwight Howard in the Orlando Magic. Case in point. Shaq lived in foul trouble and missing foul shots. He did make them when they count, though, even though he did miss a lot of foul shots. Just look at that Indiana Pacers series in 2000. Oh, Juanetta's got the 2001 Lakers. Okay. Kobe and Shaq Lakers would beat the 2014 Spurs. The 2014 Spurs were good, but they nearly lost to an 8-seeded Dallas Mavericks team. Freddie Gee says, nah, Shaq played 40-plus minutes. He wasn't in foul trouble like that. It wasn't the entire series, though. Lakers. It becomes less about numbers when your eye test is 2020, a.k.a. 2020, the year of clear vision. You see guys I consider great like Penny Hardaway, Brandon Roy, Grant Hill, T-Mac, they all got injured. True? You put them on the all-injured team. True? Another great point. September what, Freddie? Is he a Libra like me? 01 Lakers? Okay. Kobe had more fouls than Shaq in the Nets series. Strange stat, but I had to debunk that narrative. Congrats, Freddie. I'm a Libra. My son is a Virgo, like my mom's. Okay. And shout out to everybody, man. We already had 29 likes. Appreciate everybody smashing that like button, man. Shout out to Omar, man. He says definitely subscribe, man. Great NBA dialogue. Appreciate it, man. Layla Stubborn, folks. And like I said, guys, make sure y'all sharing this on your social media streams. Omar, you are the man, my friend. And let me just continue in the chat while I go to pull up some numbers with Kobe. 2001 Lakers will obviously beat them. They have too much depth and firepower. Subscribe and bribe, PayPal, and Cash App. I still think about that clank free throw that Shaq had in the playoffs. I don't know. I don't know what year though. Damn, you're a Libra too? Yo, Louis, me. Yo, you, Louis, me. What the heck is going on? Layla says that her dad's a Virgo. Ryan, no. Ben Wallace needed the others to do their job so he could help. Uh, yeah, Ben Wallace was not really good. Ben was good. Don't get me wrong, but whoa, 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 whoa! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! What are y'all talking about? Wait a minute! Hold on a second. Wait, 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 wait. I never said I was a Libra. When did this happen? I'm not a. Listen, I hate to burst your bubble, but I never even said I was a Libra. I didn't even mention. I didn't even mention when my birthday was. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not a Virgo and I'm not a Libra. My birthday's in the summertime. I mentioned it a little bit earlier in the stream. I said that when Kobe got traded, he was traded on my birthday. My birthday's on July 11th. So I'm a Cancer. I'm not a Virgo and I'm not a Libra. But I do know a lot of Libras. I'll tell you, my cousin is a Libra. His birthday's on the 30th. His birthday's September 30th. And I have a few aunts who are also Libras. And I have a few friends who are Virgos. Their birthdays are in August, late August. He said how bubble bursted. Uh, my dad and my ex are two of the greatest men ever. That's what's up. Salute to Layla on that. I am a Cancer, my friend. July 11th is my birthday. That is my yo. I never even said I was a Libra. What? That's to tell you the truth. So that's the truth. My birthday's coming up in a few. Yeah, I'm Cancer. I don't know. I don't know when I. Nah. Yeah. I know a lot of people who are Libra though, so um, it's all good though. Corey's a Virgo. All right, that's what's up. December 16th. Like I said, yo, damn, the chat's gonna be lit, man. When it's all your birthdays, man. It's gonna be crazy. Oh, Omar's a Gemini, just like usual. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, so let's debunk a narrative with Kobe. Uh, if y'all did y'all remember the 2000 playoffs when Kobe and Shaq went up against the Sacramento Kings? Uh, Kobe put up some beast numbers in those 2000 playoffs in the first round against Sacramento. The man averaged 27 points a game. I believe he shot 52% from the field. Yeah, see, that's how rumors get started, man. That's right. Why does Kobe get killed for having help and no other champion does? Well, they've been kind of doing it to Jordan. They kind of do it to LeBron. Like I said, Kobe's is worse because of what he represents. He's the villain. So because he's the villain, that's why Kobe gets criticized probably more than any other all-time great. That's what it is. So Tyree. So to answer your question, that's why. Let's see. Let's talk hoops again because I think Kawhi Leonard had a top three playoff run this past last year. Yeah, Kawhi scored what 700 points. He scored 700 points. And shout out to Ron. They almost nearly knocked him off. That was a tough matchup, man. Oh, your sister's July 11th, Freddie? That's what's up. My sister's a Gemini as well. My sister's a Gemini as well. Oh, Ryan says he's a Capricorn. Oh, really? Oh, Winetta, you're a water sign too? That's what's up. Damn, man. Yo, the birthdays are gonna be live up in here. Man, shout out to the Mod Squad, man. We got our Geminis, we got our Cancers, we got our Virgos, we got our Libras. Omar says that he can name 15 greater players than Shaq. Oh, let's also debunk this narrative too. Kobe for the playoffs, I think he averaged 21 points per game, about 5 rebounds, 4 assists. If we go to Game 7 to the conference finals against the Blazers, Kobe was kind of struggling in that series. Shaq started out well, but he started to struggle in that series. If we go all the way to Game 7 in the 3-3 tie, and people forget that the Lakers almost blew a 3-1 lead, Shaq had 18 points and he had 9 rebounds in Game 7. And remember, Shaq is the reigning MVP in the league. Kobe Bryant gives you 25 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals, and 2 blocks. And Kobe hit some big baskets in the fourth quarter. Kobe also hit a game winner in 2000 against the Phoenix Suns in Game 2. I remember he hit the go-ahead basket in Game 2. So Kobe, he has some really big clutch moments. They just kind of get swept under the rug because they look at his series and stuff like that. But I've always said this. I said that unfortunately for Kobe, his thing is that Kobe's best performances a lot of times were in the earlier rounds, so he kind of gets disrespected on that. G Money says, "Damn, I'm born after the New Year's. Omar Strolling, you've been with me. Happy to be Layla Limited. I'm done." Yeah, he did. He said, "Cap, tear it off. The chat done went Zodiac for real. Right is a chillax Cap. I mean, it only started with the birthday. It's with Freddie Gee. Don't encourage him. It would have been embarrassing had he blown with 2 home games like the '95 Suns and the 2016 Warriors. Ron, don't feel left out, man. What's your sign?" No, Ron said he was a Gemini. His birthday's in 12 days. All right, so continuing, yeah, so Kobe balled out in that Game 7, man, and he had the famous alley oop to Shaq. So Kobe really saved the day. Think of how much Shaq would have been criticized had Shaq not come through. If Kobe not had come through in Game 7. So the famous alley oop, that's one of the greatest playoff moments in NBA history. And I believe the Blazers and the Lakers, I believe, is voted as I believe their playoff series is voted in the top 5 or top 10 greatest playoff series of all time in NBA history, I believe. Uh, Ryan says, "My guy, I wanted to have my 2 cents." Uh, he says, "I respect, but I was more of a Shaq fan." No doubt. Of course. Let me just change a little bit of the shout out to Kobe Bean, because we know we did that thing that Shaq was being carried. Shaq was carrying Kobe. And then we go to 2001. Kobe starts to emerge. The fact that Kobe was able to average 28 and a half, he was able to average, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and Shaq averaged 28.7. Like, that's crazy. He was able to do that, with a young Kobe in his 5th season. And then we go to the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen, the 2001 NBA playoffs. Kobe had a good series against, Portland. Shout out to Watchful News. He says he's the 30th like. What's up, everybody? Peace and blessings. He did. He did. I couldn't find your podcast, brother. Looked on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, dropped the links. 30 checking in. Hey, Shaq, can you tell me what your signs mean? No, we don't do losses, remember? Kobe's mind problem is and always will be Phil Jackson and his spin master manipulations. Kobe played with a game plan and system like damn near every superstar other than LeBron and arguably AI. Super cute pick. Yeah, so I had to put my man Kobe Bean up. You know, I found this one. What if Kobe was a starter when he came into the league? Kobe's 28 in Indy was awesome and didn't do that. Pacers might have tied the series and would have went up 3-2. Libras means scale for balance. Trep Life is on Spotify, Apple, and Google, all podcasting platforms. Also, it's on Google Podcasts. I'm gonna have to download that. I'm gonna download that. Shout out to Ryan. I know, but I'm just giving you a fun fact, Freddie. Facts, Ron. What I watch. And so, again, shout out to Watchful News in the building, man. And there's my man Kobe, K to the B, number 8, number 24. The funny thing is, I was actually more impressed with number 8 than number 24. Number 24 was a more cerebral player. Jay says Phil's game plan changed for the NBA Finals. The better bigs were in the West. I've said this before. At the time, the championship was pretty much won in the West. Watchful News says, "Hey, purdy lady." Freddie Gee says, "Isn't that bad? You won 50 games but never got to the finals, unless you're talking about the Spurs and the Mavericks. We are balanced beings. 2001 Lakers are one of the most underappreciated teams ever. If it wasn't for AI's 48 point explosion in Game One, they would have swept the playoffs. LeBron, D Wade, Jordan, Magic, Kobe, AI, Wilt, Steph, KD, Tim Duncan, Bill Russell, Larry Bird, and Hakeem. What are Geminis? All better than Shaq. Don't at me. You can stay around. No triggering talk going on." Duality, what's your content about, man? Because I didn't think that was you, man. Drop the link. Says Freddie Gee. He says, my man, drop that link. Um, that's crazy. All right. So continuing. Let me see this. Okay. So let's continue. All right. So there's dualities. Right there. He put the link. Uh, that is for the Spotify one. I say all better. I say all better than Shaq. You mean 2001 Shaq? Freddie, watch his first podcast, man. It opened my mind. The which one? The first podcast you watched it on what? Oh, the Trep Life is entrepreneurship and empowerment based podcast. Nice. So it's about entrepreneurship. Nice. I definitely got to listen. I got to listen to the Trep Life. What's the Game Gurus one about? Um, Layla's about to moderate with duality. Wow. Like two peas in a pie. Oh, isn't that all right? I said Kobe beat 25, 50 win teams in the playoffs. Jermaine says if only Kobe knew how to score. You should do a video about the best NBA playoff individual runs. 2001 Kobe and Shaq were awesome, but G Money as a duo or as an individual playoff runs? Or are you talking about duos? Are you talking about individual or are you talking about as a team? It's not a bad idea. The first one is on every podcast. I loved it. And he also has one on podcast. But they were pretenders like the Raptors, right? Unless you're talking about the Spurs and Mavs, right? That's what's up. And he beat Jordan that year. Shaq all time. I'm from Houston, man. We swept Shaq in his early prime years with one of the best teams he ever had. True, the '95 Magic were one of the best teams. That was just a mentally weak team. They had the talent, but they were mentally weak. It was the West, not the East, bro. Again, so let me continue. Game Gurus is a relationship dating podcast. Oh, but I'm gonna wrap it up this month or early June at the latest. Omar says Shaq and Kobe are only second to Scotty and Jordan. Okay. Freddie says, okay, I seen that last night. The cover pic threw me off. All right. Shout out to Kenneth Wright. Appreciate you. The 95 Magic, he says, we're young. They were a young team. They were a young team. They did have some veterans, but they were young. What's going on, Corey? What's up? People either love the cover art or confused by it. Um, G Money says that the Magic were young, but there's no excuse getting swept by a six-seeded Rockets team. Um, Let me see. Freddie Gee says Tyree. That's funny, man, because more teams made those finals out of the East and the West in the last 20 years. So is the West really competitive? Hmm. Omar says facts. G Money. Uh, Kobe, Shaq, most impactful duos. MJ, Pip, more experienced duos. That's a fair point. Yeah, man, the pick threw me off at first too. This is to me Kobe's greatest weapon. He had no conscience. If he was 0 for 20, he still had all types of confidence in his next shot, even if it was a game winner. Freddie Gee, the Spurs, Dallas, Nuggets, Sacramento, Suns, Jazz, Pacers, all would at one point have over 50 wins. He says, Freddie, stop it. Magic were more talented. Hey, Corey, nah, I'm good. I couldn't hear anything for a while. Oh, okay. Uh, Let me see. Tyree also says, what? The West wasn't competitive? He says, good night. The early 2000s? Yo, they had some of the more competitive teams in the Western Conference in the early 2000s. The West was competitive during the Lakers' time. It was just the NBA Finals was the weak they faced weak opponents. The Pacers were the most competitive team out of the six, but yeah, definitely they were competitive for sure. That was really the only team though. That was kind of really the only team. So like what Kobe did in 2001 against Sacramento, he had the back-to-back 40-point, 10 rebound games. I mean, he had 48 and 16 in game 4. He had 45 and 10 against the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs were the number one three-point shooting team and the number one defense that season with the Twin Towers. Now, people will say, oh, they didn't have the guards, so that's why Kobe kind of feasted. I mean, if you look at the game, Shaq didn't play well in San Antonio. They did double team him. So Kobe went off of 45 points. He had 28 points. Then Kobe had 36 points and Shaq had 35 points. So if you look at the game ones, Kobe had 45 and Shaq had 19. Kobe had 28, Shaq had 23 in game 2. In games 3 and 4, Kobe had 36 and Shaq had 35. That means Kobe outscored Shaq in the first 3 games of that series. And then in game 4, I believe Shaq had another 30-point game and Kobe scored 24. And Tim Duncan and David Robinson could not do anything because they couldn't defend Kobe. They had a hard time guarding Kobe. So because they had a hard time guarding Kobe, you know, the Spurs got swept 4-zip. And Kobe's stats in that series was 33 points a game, 7 rebounds a game, almost 8 assists a game. And his average, he shot 51% from the field. 51% from the field was his average. Freddie says Tyree loves Spurs, Mavs only made the finals out of those teams. So what's the point of having 50-win teams if you can't get to the finals? I'd rather have 30 wins and get to the finals than not. Freddie geek out sometimes. The West was tough as hell, and anybody in the West could win. He was fearless. But honestly, Omar says, but honestly, y'all, this may ruffle feathers, but Allen Iverson was pound for pound better than Kobe. Same reason I like John Morant over Zion for this generation. I'm going to do a future video on John Morant and Zion. Got to do one. Slow down on the drink. The 0-1 Sixers had no chance, only if Dikembe had an offensive game. True, because then Allen Iverson could have had a dynamic duo, but that I'm gonna be real about the 0-1 Sixers. That was the Allen Iverson system. Let's be real. The only difference is they actually had him coming off screens like AI was a shooter, but AI was a scorer, volume scorer. The league started to get competitive by 2002, 2003 to '06. I don't know if I agree with that one. It was still the West at that time, even for '02, '03. Yeah, for the Spurs and the Mavs in 2011 and the Lakers and now the Warriors, Thunder went to the finals. So 5 teams in 20 years? The 2001 Sixers, well, that kind of tells you how also kind of weak the East is, man. Uh, and it was generally understood that the championship was going to be by the winner of the Western Conference. Kenneth, that's correct. AI was the focal point of the offense. That's true. That's true, Kenneth. You're speaking facts on that. He averaged over 30, and Mutombo was 17, and more than 8 at least came from AI. Yo, I remember shows when it was Lewis and I alone, and now I can't keep up with the chat. Who's next? Eric Snow, Aaron McKee. Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, think about it. Shaq and Kobe should be better than Mike and Scotty just because they're both better than Scotty, but Mike's greatest gives them the edge. Gracias Diosito por bendecir. Oh, okay. 2001 Sixers were the worst team of all time, not the '07 Cavs, period. AI pound for pound is on a different level. Aaron McKee did win 6-man, but he wasn't all that great in the playoffs if you watch that game. It's true. Pacers, Nets, Celtics, Heat, Raptors, Cavs, Magic, Sixers all made the finals. The Spurs and the Mavs made the finals in the 2000s. Spurs '03, '05, '07. Mavs only in 2011. What? The Mavs went in '06 as well. Keep smashing that like, sub, and PayPal. Freddie Gee, I think you misinterpreted what I was saying. AI and Braun are the only two superstars who played outside of a system for most of their careers. Mavs in '06. 2001 Sixers and 2002 and 2003 Nets are clearly the worst NBA Finals teams ever. I would agree with that. Kenneth says, and shout out to Kenneth, who was the focal point of the offense for LA in that San Antonio series? If you're talking about 2001, Shaq is the number one option. But the thing is, they did it by design because you knew that Shaq was going to get the double teams. So Kobe got the listen. Kobe could get his own no matter what, and Kobe definitely did feast it. But Shaq is the focal point of the offense. And then if you look at the 2001 NBA Finals, they made Shaq the focal point. So Kobe became the focal point because Phil knew that with Tim Duncan and David Robinson, they were going to double team Shaquille O'Neal. They were going to double team. And again, shout out to Kenneth Wright for the question. Again, guys, make sure to hit the like, make sure y'all subscribe, and make sure y'all share this on your social media outlets, man. Louis Sports Network giving you the content with Kobe and Shaq. The narrative that Kobe gets carried is an abysmal myth. Man, you guys have been killing it in the chat, man. It's like I almost can't even keep up. That's great though. Blazers lost in 2000, but they had a chance. Freddie Jazz beat the Lakers in 97 and 98, and the Lakers were more talented than the Jazz. Lakers' issue was mental. The '04 Pistons won 54 games. Nah, son, G Money, worst 2001, worst NBA Finals team than the others you got. G Money, I said 20 years, man, when the Lakers started winning. Wolves might have beaten the Lakers in '04 if Troy Hudson and Sam Cassell were healthy. Louis, great point about the difference between how people score. There's a difference, and it matters all the way through players' entire careers between shooters and scorers. And that's what I was telling y'all with Allen Iverson, because if you look at Allen Iverson, the way that Larry Brown would set plays in the half court, yeah, Allen Iverson did dominate the ball somewhat, but it was to take off his use. I mean, AI's usage rate was obviously high, but the ball handling duties went to Eric Snow, and in the half court, at times they would make Allen Iverson come off of screens, but we know that he's not a shooter. But it was just so that it would force defenses to not double team him as much. So that's why they kind of did those kind of set plays for Allen. But so that's why I would say a great point. Omar says Kobe never really had a gauntlet to go through coming to the league alone, like someone like a KG AI. Well, remember Kobe was on a talented team though, So, I mean, he was with what? Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, Shaq. And remember, Kobe wasn't playing that many minutes in the beginning. Like I said, Kobe gets more credit for me. Obviously, with Shaq, he did a great job as a complimentary number two. And he really started to become a superstar around 2001, 02, 03. But Kobe's best work was from 2006 to 2010. Like, if y'all look at the Western Conference from '08 to '10, especially 2008 and 2010, from seeds 1 through 8 were separated by a total of 7 games. All right, so Kobe Bryant was able to do his job, though. 24 points, 7 rebounds, about 5 assists. You know, he did his thing. Shout out to Alex Sports Network in the building, man. What is going on, Alex? And again, make sure y'all go subscribe to Alex Sports. Shout out to King G in the building. He says, what's good, Louis? What is good, King G? Appreciate y'all, man. Man, the chat is on fire right now. Yeah, Shaq was a very underrated passer out the triangle, Ron. Big facts. Big facts. Shaq was always a pretty good passer. Isaiah Thomas said it in the NBC game when the Bulls visited the Lakers in '98 when Kobe was coming off the bench. Isaiah Thomas, the OG Isaiah, said Shaq was very good. He's a very good guy. He's a very good passer out of double teams. So, Lou, you think 24 is the better version of Kobe over 8? So number 8 was a physical, more athletic Kobe. That was Kobe at his athletic peak. When we're talking about number 8. Number 24 was a more redefined, more cerebral Kobe. As he lost his athleticism, he redefined his game. So that's how I look at Kobe. Again, shout out to the chat. The Kings were screwed if they were in the East. They were screwed. If they were in the East, the team would have had a different ending. Damn, imagine if the Lakers and the Kings end up facing the NBA Finals if the Kings were in the East, because let's face it, the 02 Western Conference Finals was the damn NBA Finals. 7-game series. Y'all keep talking about the East, man, but the West was not that competitive. For everyone not named the Spurs, Lakers up until 2011 for the Mavs. Everyone knew they're gonna get beat down by them. That also tells you how weak the East was too, especially if those. I mean, to be honest with you, they dominated. Yeah, I agree with you, King G. Number 24 was actually the more 90, 95, 96 to 98 version of Michael Jordan. I agree with that. That's true. Because if you look at Kobe's MVP season, it's comparable to Jordan's 98 season. The numbers are very similar. So even with Kobe in his MVP season, Jordan won one not in his prime. You know, more redefined in terms of like the post game. I'm talking about just without the athleticism. Because if you add his athleticism, his numbers are different. Jordan's shooting in the 50 percentile. So Jordan had to shoot more. He had to really shoot more mid range. Was it Kobe's fault that they didn't four-peat? Good question. Like I said, make sure y'all like and subscribe. Well, I said that Kobe gets blamed for that 2004. Oh, you mean 2003? Nah, Kobe's fault. Karl Malone tried to screw in. So actually, no. I think you guys got it confused, Kenneth and Omar. So remember, they were going for the 4-peat in 2003, but they got knocked off in 6 games to San Antonio. So they got knocked off in San Antonio in 03. In 2004, they were trying to get their 4th title in 5 years, but they ended up losing to Detroit. Listen, I know Kobe partly blew that series. So part of it was his fault because he was trying to force the action. I know Kobe said it was completely his fault, but there was a lot of things that happened in that 2004 season that people continue to try to sweep away. They don't talk about how Karl Malone made a pass at his wife, and everybody knows what they've been calling Karl Malone. They don't talk about that Kobe had turmoil with Shaq and Phil. And like I said, I get on Kobe because, you know, that's what happened. That's right. Then they came back. Exactly. Did you get my email earlier? Oh, yeah, I did. I forgot to answer you back. My fault, Duality. I did see the email. So, ladies, and that was his son talking earlier. I know. Yeah, I did see that video, and Karl Malone's son was actually talking. Yeah, he talked about it because this was old news about the whole he got a 13-year-old girl pregnant, but it had been making headlines. This happened, I think, when he was in college. It's crazy. And he was trying to tell people that, Carl's a good dad. His dad is a good dad when, talking about him, being around the family and all. That's what he talked about. That's what he was saying. Again, smash the like, hit that subscribe. So, yeah, I did get your email. That 2008 MVP was a slap to the face by the media, man. Kobe had better seasons and he didn't win. That West during the 2000s was tough during Kobe's time. It was a hard road to the finals. Kobe took blame in 2004. TD was different in 2003. Karl Malone tried to get at Vanessa, man. This happened during a game at the Staples Center. He tried to get his son to get her attention. That's how thirsty Karl Malone was. Did Tayshaun make a slight difference in defending Kobe in that finals? It wasn't just him. Kobe was defending 94 feet. They would put Rip Hamilton on him, and he outplayed Kobe. They put Chauncey Billups on him. They put Tayshaun Prince on him. They collapsed their entire defense on Kobe. Because what they did was they let Shaq get his, but Kobe Bryant cannot impact the game. Kobe impacts that series. Detroit's not winning. As great as their defense is, if Kobe impacts the game more, Detroit doesn't win. And I'm not trying to hate on Detroit because they have an all-time great defense with the way they outplayed the Lakers. But the difference was Kobe, despite the fact that Karl Malone was injured. People forget. It's true. Nah, Karl was a grown man, dropping off more than male. True that. 2004 was nothing but distraction. And it happened from the moment that Kobe had the trial, the case trial. It was nothing but distractions that entire season. Kobe should have braked Karl Malone in the face. Damn. Woo, stay quiet about that one. My man said Demetrius Bell. Jim Yoney says the 2002 Kings gave the Lakers a lot of trouble, and they might have won the chip, and they didn't choke in games 4 and 7. People forget that also in game 5, Chris Webber got away with an offensive foul when the Lakers had a 1-point lead. So you can make the case that the Lakers could have gone up 3-2. They blew that 24-point lead in game 4, where Robert Horry hit that shot. But then Sacramento still had home court advantage. And in game 7, they missed 15 free throws in their own building. Now, game 6, that was rigged. I know that for sure. So I'm not going to sit here and try to be ignorant, bro. But Karl Malone is a deadbeat too. He don't even claim his son, man. That's in the NFL. Yeah. Ron says, damn, the mailman was trying to deliver everywhere back then. And it ain't mail. King G says, man, did Shannon Brown sleep with Paul Gasol's wife in 2011? People say that's why Gasol played bad against the Mavs. Actually, I heard about that. I heard that he was sleeping with him during the playoffs, and it started against the Hornets. And I was wondering why Powell was not playing well in those 2011 playoffs against the Hornets, because against the Hornets, Pau Gasol was dominant against them. He shot 71% in the regular season. So then I kept asking myself, why was Pau shooting under 43% against the Hornets? It made no sense. Chris Paul was cooking, and they went to 6 games with the Hornets. That at best should have been 5 games. At the best, that was a gentleman's sweep. At best. And I'm not trying to disrespect CP and the Hornets. But yeah, Shannon Brown, I heard was sleeping with Powell. I heard he was sleeping with Powell's wife. And if you look at Powell looked disengaged. And that's when Phil Jackson had to smack him on the chest. Kobe didn't play well in that series neither. I wanted to see Kobe get back at Chris Childs. Unfortunately, we ain't even going to get happen. Yeah, Rip is not a good defender. He kind of held with his team defender, which is kind of why I kind of got upset at Kobe. That the thing was, Rip Hamilton can't defend Kobe. If you watch that series, Rip was pulling his jersey a lot. He was hand checking as well. He couldn't guard Kobe. And like I said, they put a 5-on-1 on Kobe. So they blitz him, especially when he would bring the ball up. They would double team him. They would trap him. Kobe tried to force the action just to try to escape the double teams. In my opinion, Derek Fisher flopped when Chris Webber bumped him. Yeah, he flopped. Don't talk smack about my boy, man. Rip did his best. Karl Malone has a whole team of kids. He said, y'all need to stop. What's up with all these wives sleeping like that? I don't know, man. It's the thing in the NBA. I still remember the issue with Jason Richardson and Steve Nash's wife. That's another one. Rip was traded because he didn't want to play for the Wizards and didn't want to play with MJ. MJ traded him. Yep. Yeah, Freddie. Paul got smacked by Phil in his chest. You could watch that game for. Kobe didn't flinch when Matt Barnes did that ball fake. Like I said, oh man, Shannon and Powell reminds me of your boy and D West. Uh-oh. Don't go there, man. Louis, in your opinion, what's the biggest what if in the NBA? Are we talking right now or in NBA history as the biggest what if? Are we talking right now or NBA history? And like I said, shout out to the Black Mamba. Shout out to Shaquille O'Neal. Two of the greatest, two GOATs in NBA history, no doubt. And again, man, Kobe Bryant down. And in 2002, Kobe Bryant low-key saved the Lakers from the San Antonio Spurs in those 2002 playoffs. And if you look at some of the numbers in some of the series, Kobe Bryant was actually outscoring Shaq. So Kobe, to me, in 2001 and 2002, pretty much held his own weight in those playoff series, more than he did in 2000. And in 2000, he really did play some big games in 2000. They just happened early in the playoffs. That's why Kobe kind of gets a bad rap, because they felt that if Kobe can play that way against the West, he should be able to play that way against the East competition in the NBA Finals. That's part of the reason that Kobe gets kind of criticized as overrated. I'm not saying he's overrated. I'm just saying, you know, it came to life during that Mavs series. Yeah, but Pau Gasol already wasn't playing well. Oh, wow. Tony Parker is trash, too. He slept with his friend Rick Barry's wife. Really? Didn't Eva Longoria cheat on him, too, though? I don't know. Lisa, Brent Barry, yeah. Kobe would be double a lot in 04 playoffs, but he lost, so it's on Kobe. Yeah, he lost. He lost. NBA history is like D-Rose never getting hurt, or Kobe and Shaq never breaking up. Or, oh, yeah. The biggest what if? There's quite a few of them. The biggest what if is definitely if CP3 LA trade, nobody would. Yeah, that's one of my biggest what ifs. What if that 2011 trade had went through with CP3 and Kobe going to play with the Lakers? Shout out to Ron. He says, hey, chat, I'll be back. Just going to get my glass so you guys can pour the tea. He said, we're going to Kermit the Frog up in here? Duality says, man, I think Kobe and Shaq are the most intriguing duo of all time, more so than MJ and Pip. Yeah, they're more intriguing just because, I mean, damn, even with the Last Dance documentary, I still have to say that Kobe and Shaq are the most intriguing duo. And like I said, would you guys love to see a documentary with Shaq and Kobe? What was it like behind the scenes with Phil Jackson in the Lakers locker room? Just like how we saw with the Bulls. I would love to see that. Kobe's 09 playoff run, yeah, definitely underrated. You could even say his 2010 run. Could you imagine cheating on Eva Longoria? Damn, Tony. Scotty Simpson. Are you going to do a show about the Bulls teammates being mad at MJ? Yeah, I'm going to talk about Horace Grant and his recent tirade that he did last night. So Kenneth Wright, make sure if you subscribe to the channel, make sure you are, because I'm pull up for that one, because I'm definitely doing that one. I mean, what do you guys personally think about that whole, MJ teammates coming at him? I mean, everybody, I know BJ Armstrong, Will Perdue, Steve Kerr. I know what they said about Mike in terms of the envelopes he would push, but what do y'all think about that? Yeah, man, because it's like, why the Lakers traded for a broken down Steve Nash, man? I'm sorry. I can't. I can't. I can't. Oh, okay. So Tony cheated on her and she left. Oh, okay. I really never knew the story. Thanks for clearing that up, Layla. I didn't know. So he cheated on her. Damn, man. What's with these dudes cheating on their teammates' wives and stuff? Okay, so he didn't cheat on Tony. Got you. There's some kind of thing going on there. And they would have gotten Dwight the year after that. Yeah, yo, you talking about 27-year-old Dwight Howard, 26-year-old Chris Paul with a 32-year-old Kobe Bryant. Yo, that team winning chips. I mean, we got 34. Shout out to Earl Green, man, for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate that, man. Shout out to Earl Green. That trade got vetoed because the Pau Gasol trade was highway robbery, and this was even worse than that one. Also, the NBA owners were complaining, and each of them pretty much had owned a stake in the New Orleans franchise. So David Stern nicks it in the butt. And also, he said it was worse. Powell is a Hall of Famer? That's right. Yeah, I heard about him on the download. I don't care if Kobe won 9 rings. He would still have the resume that Mike has, unless he won 4 straight finals MVPs. The thing is also, here's the thing with the criteria that they've been doing when it comes to these top 10 all-time lists. And look, man, Kobe had an underrated run from 2008 to 2010. I mean, 3 straight finals, 2 NBA championships with Pau Gasol, 2 finals MVPs, a regular season MVP. He was able to win a regular season MVP and 2 finals MVPs without Shaq. The issue is kind of like what Tyree was saying. That MVP was kind of like, it was kind of a sympathy award, as to say, Kobe, we're sorry. We're sorry. We know you deserve probably maybe another one. Like I said, Kobe should have been a multiple-time MVP. Me personally, in my case, Kobe's best case is 2. And shout out to Earl Green, man. He says 100, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate that. At the end of the day, yes, Jordan is a winner. He's the greatest, but a lot of people don't like him at all. Former teammates and former friends like Chuck. The reason that him and Chuck's relationship pretty much got cut off is because of what Chuck said. He told MJ that all he does is hire a bunch of yes men, and he also said that MJ is not scouting well when it comes to talent. You need to hire the right people when it came to scouting. That's all he said. Chuck didn't say nothing wrong. It's like you couldn't even, and MJ got sensitive about that and he cut him off. And he said he felt like he was kind of getting a lot of North Carolina guys because you know how Michael is about NC. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I honestly don't really see nothing wrong with that. And Chuck is right. You know, I get on Chuck sometimes for some of the stuff he be talking about, but at the same time, he spits some truth to Mike. And I don't fault him for that. That's Chuck's personal opinion. He didn't come at Michael personally. He said as an owner, he sucks. And he does suck. He sucks. And again, shout out to Earl Green. I'm surprised CP3 nixed that trade, but then he want to come out and say, oh, yeah, you know, I was almost, you know, a Los Angeles Laker. He low-key nixed it. David Stern, he made it emphatic to everybody. New Orleans wasn't getting nothing back worth giving CP3 away, not even draft picks, man. You're like, y'all tripping. I know they were trying to trade Lamar Odom, but they ended up trading him to Dallas. My what-ifs was that if there wasn't a Celtics 08 Big 3, damn, that means that Kobe three-peats. If Kobe three-peats, his legacy looks a little bit more different. His legacy looks a little bit different, even though he's got 1 MVP. And if he wins a 3rd straight finals MVP, that's the thing with Kobe. If Kobe had another regular season MVP, they'd be talking about him a little bit different. But the thing is, Kobe had great seasons, but he never had a truly dominant season. He had great seasons. My favorite season from Kobe is the 02-03. That's my favorite. 03 Kobe is my favorite Kobe of all time. Powell to the Rockets, Lamar to the Hornets, Dwight LA to CP3. I still think Chuck is right, man. The Grizzlies went to the playoffs after coming from Canada, best player in their franchise history. What did Memphis get back? An unproven Marc Gasol. You can't be serious. Yeah, that was a heist. The Lakers got that heist. LeBron gets everybody, but we can't let Kobe. Barkley getting them Mannies and Petty. Grant and Hodges are the only ones talking a lot of mess. Scotty is just a rumor right now. Oh yeah, from the rumor that they were saying that he's upset at MJ for the documentary. That could all be rumor and speculation. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if the media is kind of behind it because they just had Chris and Rob had Channing Frye on their Odd Couple podcast. It's crazy. Channing Frye got checked by Jamal Crawford and ended up apologizing. I'm like, that's crazy. Because Channing Frye would have continued and said, but they would have said, but why y'all hating because he got something different, man? He got a difference of opinion. Like, why is that a big deal, man? It's like, man, I had to shout out to the Los Angeles Lakers right there. You got Wilt, the Stilt, the Big Dipper Chamberlain. You got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, Irvin Magic Johnson, Jerry West, and Kobe Bryant. Got to put my man Kobe and Shaq, man. As you say, where is the love? Omar says, excuse me, Marc Gasol is a Hall of Famer and NBA champ. He does have a gold medal as well. Integral piece of the Grizzlies' resurgence. The Lakers traded away their whole future for AD. How the F is that in comparison? If Kobe beats LeBron in 2012 or 2013, that's a wrap with the LeBron and Kobe debate. I don't think you want your friend saying you suck in a national audience. He could have phrased it like he was talking about a friend. Chuck can't diss MJ on the court, but as an owner, he can diss him. Oh, yeah. Yep. Freddie Gee says you were not talking about power in 2000, 2007. Nobody really was, to be honest. He was okay, made an all-star team. Pau Gasol did have an 0-12 record with some good Memphis teams. Well, I got to look at who they ran into. 2004, they ran into San Antonio. They were still good at the time. 2005, they ran into the Phoenix Suns. Yeah, there's no way they're beating that team with Nash, Amare, Joe Johnson, Q Rich, and Amare. Too deep. And Sean Marion. And that team had 3 All-Stars that year. And then in 2006, they lost to Dallas. That's Jason Terry, Dirk Nowitzki. Yeah. Well, 06 was dominant. That was definitely his best scoring season. The Lakers tried to get CP3 for free, and the Hornets said, yeah, the NBA had to step in because the Hornets were going to be out of the league in 5 years. And I would kind of say not for free. Well, in terms of the Hornets, they weren't going to get really nothing back. They were going to try to trade Lamar Odom, and I mean, at the time, they were the second and third best players. What was the Grizzlies' name before they were called Memphis? They were known as the Vancouver Grizzlies, and they played in Canada. AD to the Lakers isn't highway robbery. With that trade, New Orleans was guaranteed a first-round pick, which they got in Zion. The lottery ball is behind closed doors. Years ago, the lottery ball was aired on TV. Yep. Now it's in closed doors. Jordan does suck in as an observer of talent. I knew that Michael Gilchrist's pick wasn't the way to go. And where is he at now? CP3 is president on the Players Association. He tried to send himself for free. Memphis got more back with Mark than they did Powell, so it worked for both. Mac made the finals. Mark made the conference finals. Powell never made it out the first round, so Memphis benefited. Damn, the chat is getting lit up in here, man. You still there, Layla? The Vancouver Grizzlies. Yep. Context. Marc Gasol was a second-round pick who didn't come to America immediately. Because remember, they did own his rights, but he was still not playing. He didn't play 1 minute, and Marc Gasol ain't no Hall of Famer. For his brother, that was an all-star. Now, no, CP3 won in LA. CP3 didn't want to play with Kobe. Oh, yeah, that's right. He wanted the Clippers. Charles is very fair with his opinions on the NBA. I remember when he criticized LeBron, and LeBron went all personal on him. I still remember that. He said, "You want to play with all the best players?" Now, low key, Chuck tried to do that. Low key. You know? Let me see. Chuck called one of the producers of the NBA TNT pussy. Oh yeah, I remember. He tried to play it off by coughing, but he failed. He coughed and then said, "Reggie, come on." And Reggie said, "What are you doing?" I remember. Duality says, for example, when we disagree with you, you will never hear me say Louis sucks as a sports analyst or as a mod. I may point out why I disagree or give suggestions for progression, but I'm never coming at your head. True. Very good point. Yeah, that lottery was shaky. Marcus Gasol is undoubtedly a Hall of Famer. Freddie, come on. Freddie, come on. All-star champion, defensive player, Olympian medalist. Look at his resume. Nah, you tripping. Keep smashing that like and sub. Appreciate it. I remember 98. Michael lit the Grizzlies up after one guy from the opposing team taunted him. I think Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is a solid player, just not what you expect from a high. He was not a he was a solid player, just not high lottery. Oh my God! And that broken jump shot he had. Whew, good Lord. Omar Davis, three-time All-Star, two-time All-NBA, Defensive Player of the Year. That's not Hall of Fame resume, but you know he's gonna go in. I mean, look at Draymond. He's got three. He's a three-time All-Star. He's a Draymond made two All-NBAs too, and he has a Defensive Player of the Year. And he plays for the Warriors. So what are we saying? MGK is a bona fide scrub. No game. No, MGK is garbage. Big facts. We can agree on that. Let me just check real quick. Let me check this out. Omar, yeah, OMG. How Freddie if Yao Ming is a Hall of Famer, so is Marcus Gasol. I mean, Yao was dominant though. He had some dominant seasons. Yeah, Jerry, that Grizzlies team was another team that Jerry West put together. It's crazy. Jerry knows how to scout talent. I mean, the man put together some great teams in LA during the Magic, Kareem, and the Shaq Kobe era. Then he does it with Memphis. Then with the Warriors, look what they do. And then with the Clippers, he's trying to, everywhere Jerry West goes, man, winning culture. Louis, did you hear LeBron's response to Charles saying, "I'm not the one who spit in a fan's face or throw someone out the window"? Yeah, that's obviously true. I remember that. And he said, "I'm not the one that had gambling problems too," because Charles did have some gambling problems, not at the level of MJ, but definitely gambling problems. And I said, "LeBron, Charles critiqued you as a basketball player." And LeBron said, "I'm not even going to let him affect my legacy like that." So I'm like, "But why you go and attack personal?" To me, that's LeBron getting all defensive and sensitive, man. And I'm like, wasn't bad, bro. If you really don't care about what people in the media say and all that, and I said from that point on, LeBron didn't like Chuck. Hey, Louis, some people think that Michael is low-key a sociopath. He's definitely a psychopath. I'll say that. I'll definitely say that. Oh, no, yeah, Yao Ming is an 8-time All-Star, bro. Yeah, Draymond's got, yeah, but he played for Golden State. And you know why you laughing, Freddie Gee. Don't come with that, bro. Wow, they all agreed on something. Okay, but Dre's not a Hall of Famer, though. He ain't. He really ain't. And what's going to boost him is those championship rings. But he's not even a better player than Marcus Gasol. No way. I mean, if you're going, man, appreciate it. Steve Kerr's got rings, but he's not a Hall of Famer. Not every player who wins titles is a Hall of Famer. I mean, in that case, Robert Horry's 7-0. He's got 7 rings, but are we saying he's a Hall of Famer? I mean, Vince Carter never dunked on Yao Ming. True, he did on Frederick Weiss, though, in the 2000 Olympics. Yeah, but he's the emotional female, likes to attack him like that, man. Soft as ice. Draymond is no way in hell a Hall of Famer. He's He's product of the greatest shooting backcourt and great coaching and talent. Chuck is a subpar human being. He is trash. Great player though. He was a dog in his day. If Draymond's Hall of Fame, so is Mark. That's how I like my ball players. Sociopathic. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame. Let me just continue. All right, guys, keep smashing that like and keep hitting that subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. It's basketball, not NBA. Change the title, then you have a point. Let me see. Omar says Robert Horry Hall of Fame. Draymond is everybody can get in. Oh yeah, they're always driven by the cash flow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember. Is Tony Kukoc a Hall of Famer? Good question. He might make the NBA Hall of Fame. If it's Basketball Hall of Fame, yeah, he'll be in. NBA Hall of Fame, no. Basketball Hall of Fame, yes. Yeah, he does. Nate Robinson dunked on Yao. I know he blocked Yao. Rings are only used to separate the all-time greats. It's separation. Draymond is so overrated. Facts, Kenneth. Facts. It was a Clippers game they went to, and he spit on them as well. I did see Nate Robinson block Yao, man. G Money says, you just made our points ready. If Dre was not a member of the Warriors, he would not have had the career he had. If Draymond is Hall of Famer, then Ori's better than MJ. Come on now. There you go. Put Dre on the Hawks. Well, if you put him there, I mean, yo, Draymond makes the Hawks way better. Cam Reddish, Trae Young, John Collins, Jabari Parker. Yo, you put Draymond in there, the Hawks are going to the finals. Mark can't get into the Hall of Fame until Chris Webber does, but I see it. Dre is on the Hall of Fame mark. Yeah. Draymond has more defensive teams and more rings, and Mark won't add to his legacy. I mean, you forgot to mention that Mark has an NBA championship. You forgot to mention that part, Freddie Yee. He does have an NBA championship. Draymond does have 3, though. I'll give you that. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I see Jermaine going with that Kevin Hart. Draymond Green is not a Hall of Famer, bro. Put him on any other team. He's not leading the team or doing those numbers. He does it won't. Well, when I say he going to the finals, I was trolling. Because who hasn't dunked on Sean Bradley? Tracy McGrady dunked on Sean Bradley. His cousin. He's a good player. Draymond's a good player. I mean, bro, you let Steph Curry get dissed by Maverick Carter, but you talking about, oh yeah, me and Steph, Steph and Clay, we changed the game. I'm sorry, what did Draymond ever do to change the game? Yo, Dre's the missing piece that the Hawks need. Facts. The only way Draymond should get into the Hall of Fame is as a full paying customer. Yeah, he gonna have to buy a ticket to get in. He gonna have to buy a ticket. I mean, bro, this dude said 20 and 10 on a bad team, and he was taking nights off. Dre and the Hawks, damn, I would love to see it. I would buy season tickets. Facts. Funny stuff. Freddie entered the chat a while back. Damn, I meant T-Mac, my bad. No, it's all good, Ryan. You good? Gasol is a champion. They have the same resume, but Draymond has more rings in defensive teams. And if the Warriors be good next year, another defensive team and also to the resume, he's going to get that joint on reputation. There's no such thing as an NBA Hall of Fame. It is only the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. True. Good correction. All right. Dre was all right, but I think him and the Warriors are burnt out, and he lost some of his intensity from all those championship runs. Damn, crazy thing that's never been burned out is his damn mouth. If Green is a Hall of Famer, C. Webb is a Hall of Famer. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Kenneth Wright. God damn. Draymond could be a top NBA mascot, and he still won't be in the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. The dancing was for Jermaine. That was my song. Facts. G Money, facts. I don't disagree with that. Freddie G trolls sometimes. He probably thinks the Warriors are the greatest team ever. As a matter of fact, there was a video that I saw on YouTube today that said that the 2017 Golden State Warriors are the greatest team of all time. I saw a video today. I'm going to do a future video. Who is the greatest team of all time? Shout out to Ron. He says, I like the Draymond impersonation. Appreciate it. Remember, could Draymond shoot? G Money, who is the greatest team? It ain't the damn Knicks. Oh, that's a fact. It certainly ain't my damn Knicks. Greatness is being able to transcend. Draymond will not last in the 90s. Oh, I've been saying that for the longest time. Man, if Draymond's a Hall of Famer, so is Lamar Odom. Man, if Draymond is a Hall of Famer, who can I think of? Listen, if Draymond's a Hall of Famer, then Muggsy Bogues is a Hall of Famer. Don't doubt if that's the case, then Spud Webb's a Hall of Famer. Then Eric Maynard plays in the Hall of Fame. It's crazy. C Webb isn't in due to college issues. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Drake could absolutely play in the 90s. No, I don't hate Draymond. I hate his mouth. That's all. It's his mouth. I'm going to listen from now. If anybody asks me questions, I probably fell asleep. Sorry, Louis, you my guy. It's all cool, Ryan, man. Shout out to Ryan once again, man. Appreciate you, man. Lamar Odom is cold as F. I'm sorry. Just a guy, his breath is suspect. Ain't that the truth? You kidding, Lou? 72-10? Nope. Nah. They're saying that the Bulls are not the greatest team of all time from the video that I saw. In his opinion, he thinks that the Warriors are the greatest team of all time. I said, so we just going to discredit the 82-83 Sixers. We're going to discredit the 85-86 Celtics, the 86-87 Lakers, the 95-96 Bulls. We're just going to discredit those teams? Like, yeah, hell, even the 2001 Lakers. The 2017 Warriors is historically great, but I would not put them as the greatest team of all time. Oh, Rusty Buckets. Yeah, that's yeah. Yep. And I love his content, by the way. He's got great content. But I disagree with him on that one. The 72 Lakers, man. You could even say the 67 76ers. How about that? He kind of was. Greatest almost dynasty, Harden, KD, Russell, LeBron. Well, that was the what could have been. I call that the could have been dynasty, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Yeah, Freddie, of course. You come on, bro. You should know that one. 2017's with KD. Freddie boosts this player or that player to help boost LeBron even more. Nice try. Ron Artest. Good one. If Draymond the Hall of Famer, then Smush Parker's in there. Then that means Chris Mim is in there. So no, listen. If Draymond's a Hall of Famer, then Kwame Brown. That's right, Kwame Brown is a Hall of Famer. So yeah, Kobe and Shaq, man. Kobe held his own weight. in 2001 and 2000. He wasn't carried by Shaq. Guys, respect to you, Louis, man. Gotta go, but love the channel. Keep doing what you do. Shout out to King G. Appreciate it, man. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got that ring. If Funny Style Freddie didn't hate on Marcus Gasol, then the chat would have gone over the edge with Dre. Blame Freddie on that. Exactly, Omar. Warriors are great, but they've gotten lucky a lot. I said that I came out with the video a few videos ago that the Warriors, as great as they are, they're one of the more fortunate teams in NBA history. Now, obviously, every championship team has got to have some kind of luck. But when you look at the Warriors, they're very, very fortunate. He said, who made that video? Kid that was born in 2000 and started to watch basketball in 2010. I got to say that he's pretty subjective when it comes to a lot of his videos. Yeah, so let me put some stats about Kobe, man. All right. 21-year-old, 6'6" shooting guard, not only scoring and grabbing more rebounds than Shaq in the 2000 Game 7, because Shaq had 18 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and a block. Kobe had 25, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, and 4 blocks. He blocked more shots than a 7-foot center in the Western Conference Finals. Let me pull up. Oh, we got more stats. It's so true. Let me see if I can pull up if they can look more bigger. I mean, let's keep going. Before the 2001 NBA Finals, this was Kobe Bryant's average: 31.6 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, 6.2 assists a game, shooting 49% from the field. Before the 2001 NBA Finals. And what happened was, because of the finals and his stats in the finals, they lowered to 29.4 points per game, 6.1 rebounds, and 7.3 assists per game in the 2001 playoffs. Kobe shot 47%, I believe. Shaq averaged 30, 15, and 3.2 assists per game. If you look at the total points, Kobe played 3 less minutes than Shaq before the NBA Finals started. Check this out. Shaq scored 214 points, Kobe 215 points. Shaq averaged 30.7, Kobe averaged 30.7. And both of them were 58% of the team scoring. But see, according to them dudes, he got carried. Oh, my bad. Shaq actually had 28 points in Game 1 against San Antonio. Kobe had 45. Game 2, Kobe had 28, Shaq had 19. And Game 3, Kobe had 36 and Shaq had 35. Kobe outscored Shaq the first 3 games of those Western Conference Finals. Crazy, right? It's crazy. I didn't even know that, but the first ones. So those are just some narratives, but obviously, again, Shaq was the best player on those championship teams. I'm gonna check the chat in a bit. And if you look at the 2001 playoff run, bro, Shaq had 487 points total. Kobe had 471. And yet he had the higher scoring average in less minutes. Then if you look at 2002, Kobe scored 31 points and had 7 rebounds in the fourth quarter from games 2 to 4 in the NBA Finals. And he shot 61.1%. Shaq had 15 points in the fourth quarter through those 3 games, 9 rebounds, and shot 37.5. What I'm telling you is, I'm not telling you that that Kobe was the best player in the series, but it just shows you, look what Kobe Bryant did in the fourth quarter. Even though that the Nets were, obviously, they were not that great of a team, especially with the Sanders. Shaq got the feast. Shaq got the finals MVPs, because at the end of the day, 36 points, 12 rebounds are nothing to sneeze at. For sure. I mean, damn, guys will be getting lit in the chat out there, man. Oh, he said he had to turn him off? Damn. Oh, man, it was lit in the chat, man. It's been getting lit. Omar says, I'm sorry. Oh, shit, he said Buzz Lightyear's a Hall of Famer. Damn, Jermaine. Omar says, I'm sorry, man, but all of the competition in history, Shaq and Kobe had the least. Anybody coming out that West after the Jordan era was winning. That was when the East became pretty weak. I would say that the West competition was better for them. But that East competition was pretty weak, though. Also, there is actually, so Juanetta Thomas, what you was talking about with Scottie Pippen, those rumors are actually true. He was actually upset on the way he was portrayed in the documentary. So there's reports out. Layla says, yo, the ratings for MJ's doc and news were better than the finals ratings for LeBron. It's crazy. His doc actually surpassed those numbers. They're not going to let him slide. They're going to try to keep him in the news as long as possible. If Nurkic was healthy, the K-League less Warriors and Blazers beat him in 6. Yo, chat, y'all think OG Anunoby can hold KD? G Money thinks so. G Money, I don't believe so. 2019 finals with 2 healthy rosters, that Raptors team are in trouble. Raptors needed a lucky bounce to beat an incomplete 76ers team. Sixers struggled to score in many moments. Bro, what? We beat ourselves or Harden beat the Rockets. You forget Harden set the record for most turnovers in the playoffs. Yeah, James Harden was a turnover machine, man. I knew this would happen. I wonder who started this joint again. I mean, I guess it was. I started with the 2017 Warriors, but look where it has extended. Not sure what's happened. Again, guys, keep smashing the like and keep hitting that subscribe, man, for the Louis Sports Network. Again, truly appreciate it, everybody. We got 34 likes. We got 18 people watching. So you guys have been great. You guys have been amazing. You guys have been awesome. So I had to keep the show going a little bit. So again, shout out to everybody that has pulled up, show support, and had the chat lit. So definitely appreciate it. You guys have been definitely amazing, man. And again, continue to smash the like, man. Hit that subscribe button for your boy Louis Sports Network. We're still doing Shaq and Kobe. So just putting up some numbers. Kobe said, who is OG? And he meant Anunoby. Who is OG? Exactly. He said facts. Let me just throw out some other numbers out there. Before we close down this stream, you guys have been unbelievable. So let's see if I can find something else. I mean, that's probably going to be about it. Let me see. Oh, Kobe, I had to guard 4 Hall of Famers, and you had to guard players like Tom McCulloch, but you got the Finals MVPs. Shaq, you should have gotten the MVPs. Who did Kobe guard? Reggie Miller. He guarded Jason Kidd, Penny Hardaway in the playoffs. I mean, Nick Anderson. Oh, Nick Anderson is not a Hall of Famer, obviously, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, he had guarded Allen Iverson, obviously. Derek Fisher also guarded him too. It's crazy. Again, smash the like and hit the subscribe. Like I said, you guys have been great. Oh wow, 15 more comments. Speaking of food, she about to eat some frosted flakes. Wait, that's what he said? He said that, Ron? Bro, Michael was just that much more quicker. Look who the Celtics played after that. Are you kidding me? Jermaine says, who would you rather have, Shaq or Kobe? I mean, if I'm starting a team, it'd be obviously, Shaq. Enjoy the altered states of the NBA. Damn, everybody getting on Freddie Gee. It's crazy how the Warriors in 2017 were down 3 to the Rockets. Actually, no, that's 2018. I'm sorry, man. That's not the greatest team ever assembled, man. When I consider how much struggle that those Warriors teams really had, that's why I don't consider them the greatest. And the thing is, a lot of people were criticizing Golden State because they really didn't face any competition going to the NBA Finals. That's what a lot of people were saying. A lot of people who couldn't stand him. Yeah, Shaq has some glaring weaknesses. Yeah, even in his prime, it's true. I definitely agree. No, Shaq did what he was supposed to do. Of course. No, Shaq did what he was supposed to do. But again, you know what everybody again, but I mean, are we gonna hold that against every player? That's what I'm saying. Because if you're gonna say that every great player did what they were supposed to do, they never went against, but I will say that Shaq did go up against some big men. Tim Duncan. Damn, and they're actually showing another ESPN video of the 1998 NBA Finals with Michael Jordan. You see, I'm gonna say this right now, and I should come up with a future video on this. Mike kind of played against a lot of white boys. We get on Russell and Wilt, but Mike played against some white boys too. I didn't even know he said that about him. Really? I mean, wait a minute. If he's saying that MJ scored 63 against a bunch of white boys, then what is Robert Parrish? What is Dennis Johnson? I mean, are you kidding me? Is he trying to say at his own position? That's crazy, man. I'd rather have a dominant guard over a dominant big man. Well, to be honest with you, it depends on what the era you're in. If you're in the era of big men, you want a Shaq. If you're in the era of the guards of the wings, you choose Kobe. So it depends on how you want to build your team. We were up 3-2, don't forget. Exactly. That's true. The Warriors are not the greatest team ever, man. I'm sorry. I heard Penny was just as great as Kobe, but they have no rings. But claim Kobe only won because of Shaq. Penny was a more efficient version of Kobe to me personally. I want to say better athletically. Let me just. So give me a second, guys. I just have to connect my battery. There we go. I was actually about to run out of battery on the laptop, but yeah, nobody cares, man. I swear, man. Nobody beat them though. Warriors didn't lose. Bulls struggled with it, and people praise them struggling with lose some black boys, I guess. I don't know, because they just saying that they completely, they did that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna put this in the chat. You guys don't have to, like I always say, man, but if you guys want to, definitely donate. I'm gonna put obviously gonna put my PayPal in the chat. My Cash App is on the ticker on the screen. And I just put the link in the chat. Again, shout out to everybody. You guys are doing great. I'm sorry, man. LeBron and Michael are the two most protected superstar players in NBA history, man. They're the two most protected superstars in NBA history. Those are facts. They're just facts. Yeah, he was a mold breaker. That's true. It's true. But yeah, man, that was the stigma back then, Lou, about the Celtics always being considered a white team. It's true. That's true. They did say that. Oh, Layla's talking about what he said about MJ. Yeah, he still has Michael as the GOAT. That's the crazy thing. He has Michael as the GOAT, but he was not. He was not impressed. It's crazy how Larry Bird says that was God in basketball shoes in Black Jesus. That's crazy. Like that's His name is Rusty Buckets. Is his name? That's the name of his channel. Y'all could just put it in the chat. I didn't know he said that about MJ63. That's crazy, man. He said, drops the mic. By everybody in here, Logic is just a big one-up debate chat. So here I go. LeBron came 3-1 on a 73-1-9 team. Greatest player if he beat the greatest team by y'all Logic and wouldn't be wrong. Warriors almost lost to the Rockets in 2018, man. MJ, Pip, and Rodman didn't lose when they were healthy, man. Back then, the white team was the Celtics. The black team was the Lakers. Larry's Converse and Magic's Converse were the same thing. Oh, shoot. I just thought about that because Magic's Converse were yellow and white, and then Larry's Converse were black and white. I just thought about that. And if you look at the theme, it was white on the shoes with the rest of the line. But, the common colors were yellow, and then Magic had a little bit of purple with the star. At least MJ fans have a point, but LBJ fans just saw every other player to bring them down. But the thing is, LeBron is 3-6. Well, actually, I kind of disagree with that because there are MJ fans that kind of try to bring other players down too. Every fan base does it. Every fan base does it of their favorite players. Some of these dudes you can't even have a debate. No, that's crazy. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna put a close to this stream. You guys have been unbelievable, man, in the chat. You guys did the thing. So I'm gonna put a close to the stream. I'm gonna come back with another video tomorrow. I'm gonna talk about the Horace Grant situation. So make sure y'all pull up for that one. What's going on right now is crazy. But yo, you guys have been great, man. Shout out to Omar Davis again. Shout out to Kenneth. If you guys haven't, man, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. You guys have been great. Shout out to the chat as always, holding it down. So this is to the end of this video. And like I said, man, y'all continue to like the videos. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure you guys are sharing this on your social media outlets as always from the Louis Sports Network. Omar with a point right there. But I can't give you style points for losing. Yeah, all right. Anyway, as always, man, bless up, live, laugh, love. Thank y'all for watching. Have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys back tomorrow. Oh no, I know what you're saying, Jay. No. That's what I'm saying, and that's what I said. That's what I noticed. It went down to the shoes also. That's why I mentioned. But I just said the colors, but I mentioned the shoes too. Wait, what is it, Corey? Before I go, what's up? Yeah, the flu thing was food poisoning. They just kind of. What's up, Corey? And like I said, man, good chat, man. And like I said, who you think will win the Finals MVP in 2016 if the Warriors won? It was gonna go to Draymond Green, and yeah, it was gonna go to Draymond Green had that happened. And like I said, man, at the end of the day, Kobe and Shaq needed each other. That's what made them great. Obviously, it threw them apart, but like I said, Kobe was able to prove it. And he was able to prove to win without Shaq. He was able to do it. So, like I said, it was big for his legacy. So, congrats to Kobe. And like I said, Kobe and Shaq, arguably the greatest 1-2 punch in NBA history. They complemented each other. Problem is, the media has tried to divide players that play together for years now, and try to give the most credit to one over the other. That's what's always happened. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, man, bless up, live, laugh, love. Thank y'all for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and keep it going, man. Deuces. Have a wonderful night, everybody.